pretty stupid. We'll clap at the 30. I gotta complain about NBA 2K. Gotta complain about that. I gotta complain about Universal Studios. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, there's a Corey's excited. There's a new Sea of Thieves season coming out, and they released a trailer. So I'm gonna start doing it later. Courts Battlefield. I want to hear you complain about Battlefield getting delayed. What you've discovered about it? There's Steam's latest surprise hit is a sim where you run a gas station. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Yeah, I saw that.
Call of Duty Warzone hardware bans are seemingly being carried over to Vanguard. That's interesting. Do you remember the Madden? It's so interesting how games are coming out unfinished. Madden 22's scout system. Did I tell you that they're releasing the franchise mode scouting system after the game comes out, like 2 or 3 months after?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So a thing that's been in fucking face. Like a goddamn cartoon character. So you're so cute. A little tiny bit. The scouting mode was going to be released after, like this really in-depth scouting mode. That got delayed. So
yeah, man, I don't know what's
going on with all these games. I have no idea. Heavy Rain developer Quantic Dream rumored to be making a Star Wars game. So
now one thing I did there was because a couple of the devs for Battlefield are coming out and on Twitter, and one of them he came out and he said that it's not, and this is an actual quote. He said it's not a project that's in trouble because he heard a lot of people, everyone's like, okay, because they were quiet and then they came out with a delay, so people were thinking, hey, it's really so there's gonna be something wrong with it, because especially with Portal. Like, that's huge ambition. Like, that's very ambitious with something like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the tornado and the storms and stuff like that, and like the even bigger maps and 128 players. So I get it. Like, I get where people will be like, shit, is it like? And then also with like you said, Madden releasing with later content releasing later. Halo, the Forge is not ready. The co-op's not ready. I don't even know how that's possible.
You can play it one person, two people.
Co-op, the regular single player is fine, but adding one more person to the same exact single player campaign, can't do that. That needs some more work. What? But yeah, so this one dev, he said it's not a project that's in trouble. He said it just needs a little bit more time. I think what was it? It's like I can't remember what the actual term he used. Like a little more time in the oven or something like that. So I'm guessing what that is probably that could. Oh, and then that's right. He also went and said that it's like terrain tessellation, like that's what like they're needing to work on. I think he said like either the most or like that's one of the biggest things that you're trying to work on. And I can't remember the video that I watched. The guy explains what tessellation is, but we're not devs, so we still probably won't even understand it.
Tessellation.
So they're being kind of they're being a little transparent, which I like. I definitely like that because it's not just typical. Oh, we got to delay it because it needs more time.
Well, I mean, he did say that. He said it needs more. Obviously, it needs more time. Obviously, when you delay something, it needs more time. But I wonder if they I don't know if they can talk about like in depth into detail.
Well, that's why he just said that. Just like the tessellation or whatever that is, and because most of us won't even understand anyways. There might be some people who can kind of explain it, but even then, like, it's not.
I would just like someone like say, hey, like after a year after Halo comes out, Infinite comes out a year or two, they go into what happened.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
Like when the game is, if the game ever is a success. I mean, they'll make money off of it, but if it's that long, because it's supposed to be Halo Infinite, this is seemingly this is gonna be like Grand Theft Auto Online. It's supposed to go on for 10 years. It's supposed to go on for, And that's what they're doing with Sea of Thieves. They just released a podcast with the devs, and they have years planned out. They said they're working on right now. They're in season 3, and they said they just started planning season 7. So they have these things. Now, it could just be cosmetic. Is it story? Things are going to change, obviously.
Yeah.
And seasons happen every, I think, 4 months in Sea of Thieves. 4 months, I think. But it is interesting that these games, they're trying to keep you in their ecosystem. So that's what Halo Infinite is going to be. It's going to be, this is your Halo experience from now on. And then the Master Chief Collection isn't getting any more seasons. So they're moving completely away from that. This is going to be the new, you want Halo, this is where you play it. So it's, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see, because then you can release like 30% of a game and then keep adding to it. If it's that.
Yeah, but the like the Forge I get, but the co-op, you know what I mean? Like the Forge is fine. But the co-op, come on now.
Now maybe if it's like the big, because they've never made an open world Halo game. It's always been a linear, you only go here. You have these specific tunnels. Where'd you go?
My bad. There's a fucking bug on the bed.
What kind of bug?
It's a yellow bug.
What kind of bug?
Huh?
What kind of
It's
bug?
like a little spider.
No, okay, that was bad. But it's just with these huge worlds, I don't know. Like, is it going to be kind of like a Metroidvania kind of open world where certain areas you can go, certain areas you can't?
No,
Like,
we
don't
still
know.
know. We have no idea. We have no. They don't.
And the
and
game comes out in December.
Yeah, the game comes out in December, which is still a while. Obviously, we still got 4 months, 3-4 months.
But still, we've gotten one single player trailer, and it wasn't good. Like in the trailer that they released, there were clouds popping in instantly, like things that I'm not like a huge critic. I don't go in detail and look at everything. I don't really care about graphics too much.
But for next gen,
yeah, this is your next gen Halo, and you have huge clouds popping in from far away. I'm like, you saved it. That's the best. It wasn't like it wasn't a live demo. It was like a cutscene.
That's the best that they had at the
yeah. So I'm just like,
and that's another reason why a lot of people are thinking Battlefield is in trouble, is because all of the gameplay. And like I said, man, I had a feeling it was like I think it was like a month ago, or like maybe like a month and a half or something like that, around there. I was at work, in my head I was like, it's probably gonna be delayed. I was like, I told myself, I was like, it's gonna be delayed, it's gonna be delayed, it's gonna be delayed. And then I ended up forgetting about it, because in fucking September, in the beginning of September, they said, they came out with a funny meme, okay, because people were wondering where the fuck the beta is, and they came out with a meme, basically stating that it's in September, and I'm like, it's September, and then September 3rd, they had that fucking, that one tweet where they were talking about, what was it now? I can't even remember now, but basically saying like that the game is okay and it's on schedule, and then 3 weeks later, oh, sorry guys, it's gonna be delayed. What? All right, okay.
So something must have just happened recently that maybe they thought they could fix and they couldn't, or just.
Oh yeah, 100%. I've said this. I'm pretty sure they saw something in the technical test, or technical preview. Saw more problems than they had anticipated, or more problems came up than anticipated, and then that's why, because that was around the time when they went quiet, is when that shit was going on. And
now,
then,
can I wonder if you say you pre-ordered the game and now you don't have confidence in it, and not you. I know you pre-ordered it and you're going to keep it regardless of what happens to Battlefield. But say,
no. If it was delayed till like next year, I probably would have canceled it. But it's only delayed till November, so it's like, okay.
So you wouldn't play a Battlefield game? That doesn't make any sense.
Huh?
You wouldn't play a Battlefield game?
No, I'm not saying I wouldn't play it. I'm just saying I would cancel my pre-order. I'm not going to keep a pre-order if the game is delayed till next year. That means that if the game was delayed till next year, that means the game is in trouble. Because that's how it was with Cyberpunk. They delayed it for like 5 months. The initial delay was like 5 months, and then they delayed it again, and then again.
Yeah, how many times was it delayed? Like 3?
About 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I wonder, since Halo's basically said it's what was it? Delayed indefinitely, and then
At
you're
least
just
they
like
said that. At least they didn't delay it
they did.
until.
Well, they delayed it a full year. It was supposed to come out in November of last year, and
Yeah.
it's been over. It's going to be over a year. It's December.
And
So
the game is still not even
you're
remotely
still not
finished.
getting the game that was promised
Yeah.
a
And
year ago. So I'm just, but if it's a game that it honestly it matters. It's a big deal. But in the grand, so if you had a plan, now if you had a long plan, a 10, 15-year plan, it does not, a year does not matter in 15 years. Like that's less than, obviously less than 10% of the time now. Because like when Grand Theft Auto Online first came out, the first few months got disconnected, huge issues, blah, blah, blah. They fixed it. That game is still one of the top 10 sellers, money makers going right now. And that game came out on the Xbox 360.
well, that's also because of the mods.
But that's not. But it's still popular on the Xbox. It's all of those things. Like that doesn't have mods. That's not. It's not like Grand Theft Auto, whatever, role playing, like shark cards and everything like that. Like they still make. That's the top selling game. I hear one of the podcasts I listen to. They talk about like monthly sales. That's still in the top like 5 monthly. That's insane as far as generating revenue. And the
Yeah.
same thing with NBA 2K because everyone buys the VC, the virtual currency. They spend like $100 on the game, and you get like I think 100,000 or 250,000 VC if you buy the upgraded version. And so I start. It was funny. I'll talk about NBA 2. So you make your my player, right? And oh, everybody, this is Video Games Nonsense Podcast. I'm Chase Carter. That's Raymond Woods. We'll talk about that too. Okay. So I'm playing 2K22, and you create your my player, and you start out as a 60 overall, and you can go all the way up to 99. Now, if you buy the VC, you can basically go all the way up to 90 with updating your stats, whatever. So you get about 1,000 VC. It takes about 100,000 to get up to 90. Or 90, 93. I think it took 120,000. I checked and see because you can go and see how much VC it would take to get you to the overall level. So the 93 was like 120,000. I get 1,000 VC a game, and the games take about 40 minutes. I play 40 minutes. So
Jesus.
It's going to take a lot of time. But if you want to spend extra money, because I hopped on,
so you have incentive to go buy it.
Yeah, it's so dumb. And
man. No, look, I know exactly what you listen. Just real quick. I know exactly what you're talking about because, dude, and that's where that's why no one likes EA. That's why no one likes Activision, because with EA on Apex, listen to me. So the character the certain Apex legends, they have heirlooms. Now they're really cool. Don't get me wrong, they're really really cool. So like one of the characters, what
you said, heirlooms?
Yeah, they're called heirlooms. So they're so like one character, a really popular character in the game is called Bloodhound. It's like this scanning, like you can scan and then you'll see like the enemy. But Bloodhound is basically like this like huntress or whatever. And the heirloom is like an item that they carry, and you could see it when you put your weapons away in the game. Because in the game you can put your weapons away and run faster. And so hers is like this little like blade, or it's like a hatchet almost. But it's more like an axe, but it's like real detailed. There's like a lot of like cool detail on it. And then like when you're running, she'll like do a little thing. She'll like flip it, or like another really popular character, Wraith. She has a kunai knife, and she'll like when you land, she'll like flip it a lot, and then like she runs with it, and then when you dash, she'll like flip it to her hand, flip it. They're really really cool. They're really really cool. Now you get them out of the Apex packs, like because you get the Apex packs as you progress through the battle pass and all that. But you can buy those as well if you want. The chance of getting, because you have to get either get the heirloom itself, and I don't think you actually get the heirloom itself anymore. You used to, but you get heirloom points, and you get through there or heirloom credit or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah. And that's when you use those to buy whatever heirloom you want, because there's a couple. Not all characters have have an heirloom, and each one is different. Each one is specific to that said
That
character,
character.
which is it's like I said, it's really cool. Okay,
But
especially when you get
is it cosmetic only though?
no, yeah, you can
Yeah.
use it as a melee weapon though too.
But it
It
doesn't
is a
give you an
melee weapon.
advantage though.
No, well, no, it's not gonna. That would
Okay.
be
The
that
thing
would
in
be.
2K, you get a higher ranked player that's better
Oh, I
if you
see.
buy
So
the
there you
VC.
go. See,
So
and
when
I
went
heard
in,
like EA did that with like that one FIFA game, right? Where you could buy or how was that? I can't remember. I
well,
heard
like
the
all the
whole
games, you have like
controversy.
you have like those cards, like the Madden Ultimate Team, and you put together like trading cards or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can buy VC and then buy better cards or buy packs to get better
Oh, yeah.
cards. You can
Okay.
do that kind of stuff. But
See, that's weird.
I don't think it's right.
So it's pay to play.
Yeah, but it's pay to win. Like you can grind it out. It's going to take you longer. But if you want day one, like there were 95s day one
Yeah.
at the park, and I'm sitting here at a 65 overall. There's nothing I can do. I have more badges because I've played more games. Because you get like the badges are your special abilities, shoot better in corner three, so it ups your make percentage and stuff like that. But as far as overall, I'm 30 points overall, like below them, and that's a huge difference. That's from like if I went in the game, I don't know if I could find 65s overall, like in the NBA, like just naturally. They're usually around like maybe high 60s and then up. And then like LeBron James is a 90. I think the best player in the game is a 94, 95. And these park players can go all the way up to 99. And I have to face them as a, six. I'm at 74 right now. But it's taken me a lot of my player game. And then the issue, this is an issue I need to complain about. Okay, so they have a huge city. They have a huge square city. You start out at one point. The only place you can fast travel to is the practice facility, which is right up the street from you. So it doesn't need, you don't need to fast travel there. You don't need to. Shouldn't be a fast travel point. And your apartment. So they send you on quests that go all over the city to like this way up here, and then you have to fast travel back down to your apartment, and then go. Just make all the quests in your section of the neighborhood instead of all the way over. I don't need to go all of the way all across the town. I have to run. I have to like this, or I get my skateboard, and it's terrible. And then there's a fast travel mission. You have to run 26.2 miles. In the game you have to activate the quest. You have to get the quest. You have to play the game for so long. Get the quest. Go to the guy. He's like, hey, you want to travel around the city faster? You have to run on your feet on your. So no more skateboard. The quick way to get around town. You have to stop doing that, and you have to go back to running. And then it reset on me 3 times, the 26 miles. So I figured out that it has to save. So I was running around and I got up to like 15 miles and then the game froze. And then it reset me back to like 5 miles the last time it saved. So every mile I have to change my shirt to force the game to save because I can't save the game. It has, because anytime you go do a quest or go talk to somebody, it saves it. But I was just running around this. I was watching HBO like Hard Knocks on my phone, and I was just holding sprint and then just like checking turn, watch. That's how I spent. Yeah. And so I've gotten all the way up, and it went up to like 20 something, and then it froze again, and it went down to like 18 miles. And then so now I'm at like 23 something. It took me like an hour and a half last night to get from 5.
Why do you play these games, man?
It's so because it's the only basketball game. I love basketball. I love it.
Yeah, so you got to just kind of suck it up.
And the gameplay is so good at times. It's unbelievable. And now it gets, I'm going to get a little too nerdy, but it's going to be just for a split second. So when you run this pick and roll play, it's the most run play in the NBA. There's multiple ways to defend it. And so before, you can kind of cheese the CPU defense. And so almost every time, at least in 2K21, you can run a pick and roll play and get something good every single time. And that's not how it is in the NBA. So if you have a really good defender in front of you, before you can run a pick and roll play and he gets stuck on the screen. I don't know if you know what a pick and roll
No,
is.
screen, yes.
Yeah,
Well, I don't
screen.
know, but screen, yeah.
Yeah, a pick and roll is somebody coming up, setting a screen, and then the guy,
okay.
coming around you or whatever, and then the guy running to the basket. Rolling is basically running to the basket. And you used to be able to get a jump shot or pass it off to him and they would score. But now you have to look at the other side, the guy sitting in the corner, his defender, the guy on your team, his defender, will come in and help off of that roll. And they'll come from different people. It was not the same. It used to be the same person every single time. You knew where it's called rotation. All of that stuff. So now you have to like watch and look. And if there's a bad 3-point shooter, they'll leave him and not the two good 3-point shooters sitting on the wing. So I'm just the defense is amazing. I'm loving it. Not every little contact thing's a foul. It's nearly impossible as a small person to score in the paint. The 7-foot guys come out of nowhere. You think you're safe, and then they just come out of nowhere, and they hit the shit off the backboard. It bounces the other way, and they're on a fast break the other direction. So it's really, really fun. It's all of the stupid RPG elements that I have to do, and it's really it is really cool. After an NBA game, you're sitting in your locker, and there's 3 reporters that you pick. You can choose from which one you want. Usually they ask a question or two, and you can choose. So I picked like the same 2 each time, and then the third one got upset at me. And then so I had to so you have like relationships with reporters.
Okay.
Which is cool. And then certain reporters will ask about fashion or like social media stuff. Others will ask about basketball. And so it's what kind of question you want to answer. And that's what real life NBA players have to do. So I'm like, cool, more of that, please. Could I get like a girlfriend and then relationship stuff? If I practice too much, then is she going to be upset? And then, but there's certain types of girls that want me to spend more time with her, or it's just silly little stuff. And it's just, I don't understand all of the dumb things. Like you can become a rapper in the game. You can become like a fashion, you can be like,
it's not racist at all.
And it's all of your characters, because all NBA players want to be rappers. There's 1 or 2. Damian Lillard is actually
shit.
Damian Lillard released an album. It's not bad. Like he's actually pretty good. The Shaq one, it was awful, terrible. I mean, it was fun. Like he's a fun guy, so it was fun. The Kobe Bryant released I don't know if you know this, released a rap album, god awful. Yeah, don't look that up. It'll change how you view it. Be like, oh, great. Stick to basketball. And then when he got into animation and telling stories, he was good at that. He was like, okay, just no rapping. You don't need the rap. Okay?
Just because you're black doesn't mean you have to go rapping. Like what are you doing?
But they if you like it so much, I can see trying to do it. But the amount of work it takes to be a good rapper and to just to make a beat that's catchy.
Yeah, or to stand out from all the millions of other beats. Or no, infinite amount of other beats.
Yeah. He's like, do you know how hard it is to be a really good basketball player continuously? It's just as hard to be a good rapper continuously. And to make one song, like a one-hit wonder song, like that's kind of random. And to continuously make something like music that people like continuously is insane.
Yeah, no, that's another thing too. Is like with Maroon 5 or like Breaking Benjamin, like those bands, or like Linkin Park, all them, like they almost every single song they make or made is a hit. A hit,
I wouldn't say every song. No one every song. I would say
just
Michael.
About every song.
If you think about Michael Jackson, and all the hits, so like Bruce Springsteen, like all of these, like Neil Diamond has so many songs, and like the older guys, you hear their songs, but you don't know it's them. You just it's an old timey song, and you're like, made. It's like, oh yeah, that hit song that your new artist he sampled that track or that song is in this new hit song, and I don't know, I like that kind of stuff.
Well, and Michael Jackson, he was the king of pop. He basically he also changed. It's just crazy to see like especially like Ray Charles, like he changed how music was, and then Michael Jackson changed him, and I'm like,
Yeah, there's all these like tentpole people. Like Elvis is like a
Yeah,
huge like, and
huge.
yeah, like as far as like merging two different like kind of cultures in music, because that's important. Like taking people didn't like white people didn't like Elvis because he took like church music and then turned it into like music you can dance to at the at whatever, and they were like,
I thought that was Ray Charles. I think he took
well,
like gospel music.
well, no, well, yeah, I think a lot of them do, but I was watching some Elvis thing, and like people like white Catholic Christian people were like, this is an abomination of everything we stand for, and it's just like he's singing blue suede shoe. What he can't. People thought his gyrating, like his little hip movements, were too much for television.
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember
Yeah,
that?
I
Yeah,
remember that.
yeah, yeah.
They were like it was on Forrest Gump when he first saw it when they were watching.
Yeah, like Elvis took it from Forrest Gump. I like that. I like that little swing in your hips. I like it.
Yeah,
It's just like, but it is where there are like tentpole artists that create something new, and then they're huge successes.
Huge.
So it's interesting. And then like something like the Beatles. I heard the Beatles is very like simple as far as music goes, but it's so catchy and just so, I don't know, like it I don't know sits with the audience different. So it's weird. So you don't have to make a big complex thing. You can just make it simple, but
that's another reason. That's another. Well, at least for me, like I like bands that like. That's why I like bands. Like it's really funny too. But I like bands like Linkin Park and Breaking Benjamin, Maroon 5, is because their lyrics are like they sing about like everyday topics and stuff like that. But the lyrics how they use is like they have, to me at least, they have like a deeper meaning kind of, or like they just use different lyrics. Especially with Maroon 5, man. Maroon 5, I could dance to that shit. Maroon 5 is really catchy to me, really catchy, and it's fun to sing too, really fun to sing. But like I said, and it's really funny too, is because when it came to like rap, me, I would listen to just basically all that thug shit. And they just rap about whatever.
You were listening to like Buster Rhymes and all of that. Like there's and like
but
word for word what it is, and I'm just like, that music does not resonate with me at all.
No, I know, but then what's funny is like, because I've always liked Drake, but like never like did I ever like hardcore listen to him, and it wasn't until like fairly recently, I think it was like maybe like last year, I started really heavily listening to Drake. And like really, because he's got different lyrics. He doesn't just rap about the same bullshit all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and I like Drake. He's got a lot of really, kind of relaxing beats and like tunes and melodies. And so it's kind of cool. Like especially like on a day that after like a great workout, it's like on my day off, I'm on my way home and I just have the windows down and just listen to a little bit of Drake and just kind of chill and relax.
Yeah, the different the different tempo is important to having the same album, because I remember one of my friends, Fred, in high school, he had a rap album. And it was like 12 songs, and they were all like just gangster hardcore, shoot 'em up. Like there were gun sounds in the background. Like it was like produced well. Like it was good.
Like this section, I bet.
Yeah, I had a few friends listen to it, and Mike, he was all, is it all hardcore gangster rap? There's no, he's like, you're shooting and killing people in all the songs? I was like, he was like, the only thing he's like, I'm not a music person at all. Like he listens to music, but he's not obviously a producer, but he was like, different tempos, different songs for different people, mix it up.
Different feelings.
For 12 songs, I can't be killing people. I don't really listen to music that much. So I'm like, oh, that's a different. Okay. I just listened to it because he was my friend, and I'm like, oh, it's not shit. So I was like, okay, that's cool.
And I don't know if I told you, I don't know why, but lately I've been really interested in getting a piano, like a little keyboard, not like little, but like, and I saw one on Amazon. It comes with a stand where you could put the fucking piano on. It's like 67 keys. And then it comes with an actual like little stool, $110. I was like,
I heard the thing is weighted keys, like.
Oh yeah, that's that. Yeah, an actual piano, like that's where you get
Yeah,
that. Oh god,
I heard
because
that's a
I
big.
took
I don't know. I don't
lessons
know the
of an
difference or
actual
whatever, but I
piano.
heard weighted keys are a big thing.
But yeah, man, I don't know why, man. Like I don't know why. Lately, it's just there's a lot of it. Like I'll hear like I'll hear like a song with piano in it, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I want to play that. I want to learn how to. But I'm getting like this really deep yearning. Is that the right word? To play it or
Urine.
to learn it. Like this urge to just buy it. I don't know if that's a calling or some sort. I don't fucking know. I don't
I
know.
think we
But
all get in different modes. It's just
well,
like,
this has been going on for like a month.
okay, that's a mode that you've been alive for
I
how
don't
long?
know.
You're
Well,
like,
but I've
this
never
isn't
really
a.
had that before. I mean, because I was in band in high school or middle school, and then I was in choir in high school, or no, still middle school. And then did I was ever? I think no, I got out of band in high school. Yeah, but
I
I
think we
don't think we
do
had.
have different mode. Like we'll get in as we grow. We'll have different interests. Like I
Oh
never wanted to be in fantasy football ever, and that Corey needed a person to fill a roster
that's
spot
right.
or
She was
whatever,
saying.
and so I got in, and I'm just like, I don't want to do it. But now I'm checking it, and I'm like, oh, these guys, I have no, I'm not a big football fan. Like I kind of understand it because of Madden. I enjoy playing Madden. Um, but I'm not going to sit down and watch a 2.5 hour, 3 hour football, like unless it's a big game, unless it's a playoff game or something like that,
Yeah,
unless
yeah,
some
of course.
like Patrick Mahomes or whatever plays. And I'm sitting here like, ooh, I hope the second string running back on, the Denver Broncos does well this week because I got him in my fan. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, but I'm interested in it. I'm like, oh, I wonder if he goes here.
Mm.
And then, so if a team is playing a good team, then I'll put him on the bench. I'm like, he's not going to do too well against this defense. This defense is highly rated. They usually stop the run. And so now I'm breaking down the teams based off of all that. I'm like, okay.
What
And
am I doing?
I hated people who talk about fantasy football. And I'm not going to talk about it. But this is just something that I was not interested in at all. And now I'm like, oh, this is kind of fun.
So real quick, I wanted to just finish the reason why I was talking about like the heirlooms with Apex. So
The
you
pay to
can look
play but that's
you can
cosmetic
look them
though.
up. But
That's
yeah,
what I'm
it's
saying.
cosmetic. But like I said, it's still really cool. It's still really really cool. But the ratio or the chance of getting them out of an Apex pack is like
Well,
I don't even know. I want to say this is just a guess, but it's almost like 500,000, maybe even 1,000,000 to like one. It is like
well
Dylan.
it should be
It,
super rare because they want you to buy it, right?
no, yeah, well, but
Yeah.
here's the thing. Okay, here you can't specifically buy them. You can't spend money specifically. I mean, well, technically you can, but here's the thing. This is why people don't like EA. Okay, so you can only get them in Apex packs. If you want to secure one, like you actually secure one, you have to spend $500 in Apex packs, and then you're guaranteed to get one. Yeah,
I don't think it. See this. It's
that's
making
why.
money.
That's why.
It's
Look,
it's making money off like the gambling thing because you're getting like a roll. It's like opening packs, but I heard a lot of companies are going away from that now. Like the
EA is
gambling
not.
aspect. I think they're going to probably do it until they like legally can't anymore because it's a form because now packs. I think it's a few. I can't remember if it's EA. They're doing where you look at the pack and they preview it and what's in it. So like every day a new pack is whatever. So it's not gambling because kids are playing this game and you're basically having underage kids take real money, turn it into whatever money, video game money, and then gamble with it. Because that's what gambling is. But it's also interesting. Trading cards when we were kids were perfectly legal, and that was it's the same thing. But since it's digital, it's an issue. But like my parents didn't have a problem with me spending $20 of my dollars on. Well, I could get a really good card out of these packs. No, you never get a good card out of the packs. You have to go to the trading card store and buy them individually and do all that shit. But I'm still upset at my mom. I saw this really cool Michael Jordan lightning card. It had lightning in the background. It's like $20. She's like, no, I'm not buying you one card for $20. 2 months later, it was worth like 500. And I'm just, I was like, but that's the one card I want. Like the one card out of the 1,000 that I wanted.
Oh.
The one, I don't know how much it's worth now, but it was so, I was like, that's really, it just happened to be the one I liked that went up. And then it probably went down to like 2 cents when trading cards were nothing. Now the trading card thing is going, it's blowing up again. It's insane.
Well, yeah, but it's just funny too because like Dylan, like he stopped playing Apex because he plays gay ass fucking Fortnite.
I haven't seen him online, but I think it's on his computer.
Well, yeah, I mean, he has his modes.
I like how you talk to him like you're dating him. He has his moods.
Whatever, I don't even care anymore.
Yeah,
but no, because he started playing Apex when it first came out, and what's really funny is, you remember how Apex, like they or at Respawn, they didn't really say it was gonna be released. They just kind of dropped it. Like, hey, this game's released, and there you go. Everyone was like, oh, wow, this game is really cool. It's a VR? Yeah. Oh, okay, great. But he played it then, and, you know, he sometimes he'll still jump on, sometimes once in a while. He still hasn't gotten an heirloom. Not one.
Just laughing at him.
And so that's just how, like, it's just crazy, man. Like, and I'm like,
it's rare.
$500, like, but now they'll have events. So like right now they have an event out where you still have to pay. But you can get a bunch of different cool skins for like the guns and the characters and stuff like that. And that's like, if you play the game, you would understand like why people would buy that, because that's like a huge part. And same thing with like Fortnite. Like those are those two games are like the skins for the guns and the your characters. Those are like big roles in like the kind of I wouldn't say the immersion, but just like the whole experience, I guess you could say. So I get
because it's rare cosmetics, and that's the way Sea of Thieves is. They have rare cosmetics you can earn, and then rare cosmetics that you could
buy.
Buy. Like they have the Black Pearl skin for your ship, but you can only buy that. You can't. It's like $15, $10, $15 for 5. Like, but then they also break it into pieces. So like you can buy the full set. So it'll be like the capstan, the anchor, the sails, all this stuff for like $15. Or if you want to, it's like $3 for the sail. Mm-hmm. If you just like bits and pieces, that's really cool.
And there are some skins out there for the guns and like the characters where I'm like, okay, that's definitely worth money. Like the time that they took and the detail that Respawn put into, you know, making them, like, okay,
there's certain things, but you can tell like the money grabs. Like you can tell like, oh, that looks like shit.
Yeah, it's like
But you having the choice to get it now, I think everything in the game should be available to earn through just playing it.
So when it comes to like the skins, you can get them as legendary drops in the Apex packs. So that's fine. You can. It's rare. They even have it on there. Like they're like, hey, yeah, we're just gonna put this on there. You have like a 0.07% chance to get a legendary
they have to. Yeah, I think they have to do that legally. It's tell you the chance.
The percentage.
Of you, yeah, they have to do that. I remember that being a thing in some, lawsuit or whatever. But it is interesting. Because you want how do you make a game? You want to make a game that people keep coming back to. So you want to make it addictive, but you don't want it to be. You don't want to take too much of an advantage of your customers either. You want it to, so you're balancing like fair. So it's a weird thing. You want to make as much money as possible because it's a business. You're not making the game just to make it. It's not, it's not like that. You're making the game because you want people to have fun, and it takes a lot of time and effort to make a game fun. So you should pay for that service, I think. So like Sea of Thieves is free. No, well, it's Game Pass, whatever. But every season they release all of the stuff, and all of the content is free. But the skins, you can buy the plunder pass or whatever, and then you can rank up and get like extra stuff. So there's like 2 rows. There's like the normal row where every level you get something, and then there's the plunder pass row where you get special stuff.
Yeah,
so that's cool. If you want to support the developers for making all this shit,
well, yeah, of course,
you can spend $10 every 4 months, and then get some extra stuff.
Another thing, did you hear that Back 4 Blood's coming to fucking Game Pass day 1?
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I just read that. I was like, wait, what? Dude, okay, I thought there was a lot of games coming out in like August and September. No, a lot of the games are coming out in October.
Uh-oh. Oh, don't mute yourself. Your multiple sneezing is like one of the best features about you. It can't. It can't.
It was only like
It
3
can't.
times.
It can't.
Um, but yeah, so I mean, like I said, like so the whole Battlefield delay, like it's really weird. It's like if they delayed it till next year, then I'm like, there's a problem. There's a problem. But since they only delayed it a few weeks, it's like okay, so that I get like maybe it really does just need just a little bit of extra love. That's it. That's it.
I don't know. I mean, you seemed when you were upset, and then now you're a little bit more
Well, no,
understanding.
because I was upset because I was reading a bunch of shit. Like it was just because the rumors were coming out, and they hadn't at that moment they hadn't given an actual release date. And then I saw Tom Henderson that I follow. He said he came out and talked. He's like, it's probably going to be till like November. I was like, oh, if that's true, that's not that bad. And they came out, oh yeah, November 19th. I was like, oh okay, because the rumors that I heard was it was going to be delayed till like December 31st or next year. And that's when I was like, dude, are you kidding me, man? And dude, Cyberpunk all over again, especially because I mean, I like Battlefield. I love Battlefield. Like that's my game. Like that's
Really, you like it?
yeah. Come on. You know what I'm talking about. Like so that's like, it's like it's just like it'd be like Halo. Like it is very disappointing that Halo's not getting fucking co-op. Like that's our childhood. You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. That's a huge, and they just kind of came out with it. Hey,
Well, like,
yeah, guys.
well, yeah. Well, I listened to the lead designer. He was like, yeah, unfortunately, it's not in the place where we want. It's not ready, and so
It's
we'll be releasing the co-op 3 months after it comes out, and then Forge 6 months.
Like,
And so they have a plan, I guess, but it's not integral
what do you
to.
mean?
And it's also free for all the Game Pass people. So how many people are going to buy it individually?
I don't know.
So they're basically releasing a single player Halo and multiplayer PvP thing to Game Pass people. So I don't know. Like I don't know. It's very, very interesting that these games are becoming larger but being released in smaller chunks.
Well, and that's another thing. That's another thing that a lot of people were worried about for Battlefield 2 is the Portal. Because dude, that if Portal isn't pushed for the launch of Battlefield like that, a lot, I would say more than half the community is going to be incredibly disappointed and probably wouldn't play the new Battlefield.
What do you mean if it's not pushed?
No, if I'm saying if Portals is delayed, if that's delayed like by a few months, I wholeheartedly believe that there are a giant portion of the Battlefield community won't play it at launch. They'll wait till Portal comes out because November 12th, so November 19th, that's when Battlefield comes out. But for people who buy the Gold Edition, like I bought the Gold Edition, and then you have the Ultimate Edition. People who buy those two editions, you get to play it on November 12th. 19th is the original, and then November 12th is when you can, you get a week early.
Yeah, early access.
So, and November 7th is when the new Call of Duty Vanguard releases, which they have the open beta, and I played it. Man, I tell you, it's the same game. Well, it's the same as Modern Warfare 2019. They even have the same animation, so like you can get like a supply box, and open the animation is he opens it and then throws it on the ground, like you see like the ammo, and then you pick it up, you whatever. The same exact animation, Oh, okay, so you guys just don't. Okay, and some people, there are a good portion of the community that are for the World War II, the stupid ones. But then there are a lot of people who are not liking. A lot of people are like, I don't care about Vanguard. They're like, I do not care. What they mostly care about is the new map for Warzone, and then the anti-cheat. That's what most people are excited for. Most. But Vanguard, they could give two fucks about. And I'm like, oh, well, okay. But it don't matter. It's still going to make millions and millions and millions. Whatever.
It doesn't. People, what's the new Call of Duty that came out this year? Oh, okay, I'll buy it. It's the same. It's the people like Corey who have their one game. and they basically play it, and that's Call of Duty War. That's Warzone for a lot of people. That's what their friends play.
But I definitely, because another thing too is a lot of people, they didn't like Cold War, and that came out last year, and that Cold War, like, people don't really care about Cold War. That's another thing too, is like, so people are starting to kind of speak up about it, but so that's a good thing. It's like, no, if you guys are gonna, like, Activision and all the Sledgehammer and Treyarch and Infinity Ward, they're gonna need to start doing something. Now I heard there's rumors came out that the next year's Call of Duty is going to be like a sequel or whatever to Modern Warfare 2019.
Yeah, there's a news article I saw.
So I don't know.
Call of Duty Warzone hardware bans are being carried over to Vanguard, which is good. That's that news.
And they're still cheaters.
Well, I think there's always
hundreds of thousands
on a game that big.
That's not hundreds of on a game that big, hundreds of thousands. That means, or no, it wasn't even hundreds of thousands. It was 100,000. Like, that's nothing.
You have millions
Stop
of people,
bragging.
tens of millions of people play this game. It says Call of Duty 2022 will reportedly be a Modern Warfare sequel about the drug war.
Excuse me.
This is it. This is so dumb. This is IGN article. This is what it leads with. This is so stupid. The headline of the article, Call of Duty 2022 will reportedly be a Modern Warfare sequel about the drug war. Activision Blizzard is currently facing serious ongoing allegations about harassment and mistreatment of marginalized workers. To learn more, please visit our... What does that have to do about anything? What does that have to do about Call of Duty right now? You're...
Hello?
Doesn't do it. Next year's Call of Duty game will be a sequel to 2019's Call of Duty Modern Warfare, according to new reports. Industry insider Tom Henderson tweeted that a Call of Duty 2022, codenamed Project Cortez, is expected to be a sequel of 2019's Modern Warfare reboot. That's all it just looks like.
Also, before I go, I'm thinking about giving my game share to you.
Oh, okay.
Because Dylan don't play Xbox, and I told him that too. I was like, hey man, I'm thinking about giving that shit to Chase, because I was like, you don't fucking play shit. And there's a couple games. Well, there's like that Aliens Firestorm. I want to play that with someone. Like that game's actually really fun.
Yeah, we can do that.
And he just doesn't. And I it's so funny because I told him, I was like, yeah man, like you don't play any games on Xbox or anything. He replies, what games do you play on Xbox? I said, I don't know, Apex, Tales of Arise, Borderlands 3 again. I got heavily into Borderlands 3, I forgot to tell you that. Battlefield.
I saw you on
what
there.
the fuck are you? I said, so go fuck yourself. Hello? Like, do you not see me when I'm online? Do you not see what I'm playing on Xbox?
Yeah, I haven't seen Dylan on Xbox Live at all.
And you know what's funny too? Before Dylan had a good PC, I'll always be like more of a console player. Gets a brand new PC, always on PC.
That's why I don't want to get it. I don't want to get it. That's part of why I don't want to get on one. Because I'm like, why did I spend $500 on this console if my computer can play all the games? I'm not doing it. It's the same reason I looked at what was it? Like 60 frames a second and then 120. When I was at 30 frames a second, my whole life was fine. Everything was fine. Didn't mind playing the games. It looked normal. It looked so good. And then I played like Valhalla on 60 frames a second on my Series X. I'm like, oh, this is just 60 is a huge difference.
Imagine if you came over and played Valhalla on my PC at 240 frames per second.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to, because then mine is shit. I don't want to.
You would look at it like you would look at it and be instantly hooked. You'd be like, "Are you kidding me?"
I don't want to.
Let's go to Best Buy right now.
I don't need to. But then I look at the money I'd have to spend for that, and I'm like, I'm not spending $1,500 or whatever on like 3 times the con. Like, no, I got my 60 frames. I got my 120 if I want it on my Series X now. I'm good.
Well, the game has to be optimized for that, so.
Well, exactly. I got it. All the Xbox games are usually 60 to 120. Sea of Thieves is 120. I don't have a monitor there.
Well, my TV's not even fucking optimized for 120. Damn it. I thought it was too. I thought because I had read what the description of it. I was like, I swore it said 120, but I guess it's only 60. But that's okay because that 4K Samsung TV,
You like that one?
the best TV I've ever bought in my entire life, and it was open box. It was only like $300-400.
You like it?
Dude, that. But all right, Chase, I'm gonna get out of here.
Get out of here. This has been another episode of Video Games and Nonsense podcast where Ray talks about Battlefield for 45 minutes. I'm one of your hosts,
That's
Chase
how we
Carter.
get most- And I talked about Halo, and I talked about Apex.
Well, editing these things, it's so funny because I'll ask you a question. I was like, "What do you think about this new?" It has
You
nothing
didn't
to
ask
do-
me that today.
No, I'm just obviously not today, but like when I was talking about NBA 2K, and it's like, see, the thing I don't like about Battlefield, it's
I
like,
don't care about what you have to say.
I know you don't. I know, and that's what makes it funny because you're just like, oh, basketball. I want to fall
So
asleep.
Battlefield.
I want to fall asleep. It's like, oh, they have those. You can earn levels in NBA. You know, you can earn levels in Call of Duty. And the thing I don't like about Call of Duty, my Battlefield's better. I'm like, you turned it. It's just funny. But anyways,
Yeah.
this has been another episode of Video Games and Nonsense. I'm Chase Carter. That's
Raymond Woods.
we appreciate you guys for watching, and
better
we'll
than
talk
you.
to you next week. That's never happened a day in your life. And I don't look good, so you look really bad. Actually, your beard does look better without the neck beard. It does.
I know, it's weird.
It's weird. Like your mustache is maybe a little too long.
I know, I tried to trim it up, but I'm real afraid to like fuck it up, and then I got to shave the whole thing.
The whole thing, yeah.
I
You don't
think I
want
might
that.
have someone have a professional do that.
Yeah, and see how he does it, and then learn from him and go on. That'd be good.
I remember 'twas